We're expecting rain to be a factor in this one, but it isn't stopping these Bronco fans from filling Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. And off we go here from Mile High. That's not the brightest of beginnings here. He'll only managed to get this past the 15-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
And the first carry for Antonio Gibson. Not much. Second and long coming up.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Nix. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. To throw is Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
They'll run here with Gibson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Gibson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Now Nick's going to look to throw. Crush, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Their own 20-yard line.
In motion is Hunter. Here's Lawrence to throw right away. He's hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. Zach Allen. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Second and long coming up. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And they're going to get him again. Remarkable. How about that to start the game? 2 sacks on the first 2 plays.
Judging on how both these offenses have started, it seems like points in this one may be hard to come by. Both teams are doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage, and I think when this one's done, we're on pace to have more quarterback sacks than we are touchdowns.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. Talk things over before 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Hunter. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. Here's Lawrence. Set up the screen here for Newton. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Jonathan Cooper in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Lawrence's pass intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 now from the 36-yard
line.
On the ground, Gibson. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. This time it's the veteran Eric Armstead on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Broncos.
1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Open man downfield, that's Ingram. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Now Gibson. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throw it. Nix. Oh, the ball's out. The Jaguars think they have it, and they do. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 5. Right back to Tipton. And this will be good enough for a 1st down as he gets up past the 25.
The tackle by Talanoa Hufanga. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Jaguars.
Another run here with Tipton. And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
This is pretty impressive from the big guy in the middle, Mike. I mean, typically we see these guys make most of their plays on the interior of the defense. They're big bodies, they're run stuffers. But look at the athleticism here as he's able to get outside the numbers and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
In motion is Myers. Lawrence going to give it to Tipton. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
In motion is Myers. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 15. Here's Lawrence to throw. That is over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton.
Lawrence's pass intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Nix now on 1st and 10. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A carry now for Gibson. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
At the 7-yard line.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack, but there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
It's 3rd and 4. Here's Nix to throw. And he's in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Denver. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Will Lutz now for the PAT. And this one is no good. Not sure if the rain and the wet footing is an issue there, but no extra point. The score stays where it is. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. On the return, it's Parker Washington. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Rain now starting to come down as they step to the line of scrimmage to begin this drive. That's caught. It's Chris Rodriguez. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play.
Well, and we see it every week. There is a conscious push to protect quarterbacks, Mike. I get it. They are the face. They are the stars of the league, and sometimes it can go a little bit too far, but this felt like the right call. It was close, but that's a late hit, and it's going to draw a flag near every time.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Lawrence. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. It's clear from that third down call, Mike, that they had already made up their mind that they would go for it on fourth down. Figured they still have that extra down in their pocket, and the defensive side of the field, now is the time to continue to be aggressive.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. To throw is Lawrence. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Going to give the ball over on down.
Result of the play.
Yeah, so I think, Mike, this is one of those decisions where the conditions and the elements definitely come into play. I think in a normal day of clear weather, this coach makes a different decision in this situation. But here, I can totally understand.
And he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line. Josh Hines Allen getting in there to bring him down. His first sack of the season. Come to the line. Got some work to do now. It is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. They convert downfield, but it is caught. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
It's actually a really nice job there on second down, putting this into a third and more manageable down and distance. Remember, they suffered that first down sack, and so often that can derail the drive, but they got a chance here to pick this up and maintain possession.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw is Nix. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now. He'll punt for the 2nd time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. On the return, here's Washington. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
On first down, Lawrence. That'll be taken in by Rodriguez.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Come to the line for 2nd and 4. To throw is Lawrence. A pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it. That pass ball's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
See what they do on 3rd and 4. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. This one down the field, but wind up incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down. On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds.
Their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
If this was just one guy dominating the game up front, Mike, there is a lot of things that you can do. You can chip, you can double, you can slide. But this has just been a complete, total breakdown up front, and I'm not really sure what their options are.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
You know, Mike, with a guy like Cortland Sutton, I think he's someone who seems to fly under the radar because he's just a really good football player. I mean, he's cemented himself as a true #1 in Denver, and he's a big reason why the Broncos made it to the AFC Championship just a season ago.
A first down throw for Nix. Sending it deep for Waddle. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it first and 10. On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
7-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Handoff, it's Tootin. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Nick Benito there for the tackle.
Gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now Lawrence. Open man, left side. He's got it. A gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
First down, Jackson.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Alex Singleton, they're on the tackle.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
To return, it's Mims, and not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
15-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. Wow, look up, see a defender all over him. Stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. To throw is Nix. That is caught left side by Waddle. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
A gain of 34 yards.
A big-time play for the Broncos. It's a gain of 34.
First and 10 at the
First and 10.
47-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Antonio Johnson there on the stop.
Brings up second and 7.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 7. A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And he's going to be yanked down awkwardly there. Here comes the flag, almost certain to be a face mask. Handoff now for Harvey. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's second and 8. They'll go play act. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The rain has eased momentarily, and we'll see how long it lasts as they come up here for first and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Nick Bonito on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the
from the 41. Here's second and 6. On the give, it's Tootin. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Now whistles here, and a penalty. I think somebody moved early up front. Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away. And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone. And a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he's going to have the Broncos 1st down as he gets this one past the 30.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
We'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Caleb Ransaw in on the tackle.
At the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. And we will not get another snap here. That is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of play. See what they have for 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
37-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for a Denver 1st down.
And what a clutch throw here on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. Now, in a perfect world, they'd love to go down there and get points. But at a bare minimum, milk the clock. Leave the least amount of time possible if you do have to give the ball back to your opponent. And if you're this defense, it feels like the time to get off the field is right now. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Nix. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch, and now 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
The Broncos bringing out their puncher as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he overhit that just a bit. Lands beyond the goal line, and that is a touchback. This drive begins with a run by 2. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Jaguars ready to punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
At their own 43-yard line.
Now it's Dobbins. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. Now a give on the ground. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Broncos.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A run with Dobbins. They had that play dialed up defensively. Stopped them in the backfield. Loss of a yard.
It was clear this offseason this was an area of emphasis. They wanted to continue to fortify the interior of this defensive line, and with this young player, they think they've got themselves a good one.
2nd and 11. Throwing. Nix. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Gibson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He was brought down by Travis Hunter. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Second and 5. On the give, it's Harvey. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. Out to his right. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up 2nd and goal.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and
You know,
goal.
at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And now it's 4th and goal.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
They'll try to run. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Broncos. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. That one is no good. Not even close. He missed it wide to the left, and the score remains right where it's at.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
It's second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
First down, Jaguars.
Lawrence now to throw on first down. Open man, his tight end screens. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
A gain of 27.
Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second, as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. All three timeouts still remain. They'd love to use them on the defensive end, but here comes 1st and 10. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain. And the Broncos will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Here's Dobbins. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
1 yard gain.
So this will wind up a win